Hello friends, welcome to Book Bites. Today we'll talk about Book Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor Frankl. Man's Search for Meaning is more than just a book. It's a profound testament to the resilience of the human spirit in the face of unimaginable suffering. Written by Viktor E. Frankl, an Austrian neurologist, psychiatrist and Holocaust survivor, this book is both a deeply personal narrative and a psychological exploration of how people find purpose, even in the darkest of circumstances. Frankl's experiences in Nazi concentration camps during World War II form the foundation of the book, and through these accounts, he introduces a powerful form of psychotherapy known as logotherapy, centered on the belief that the primary human drive is the search for meaning. Rather than focusing solely on the brutality and horror of the concentration camps, Frankl uses his suffering as a lens to examine the psychological states of those imprisoned. He explores how prisoners reacted to trauma, deprivation, and the loss of everything they once held dear. While many broke under the pressure, Frankl observed that those who could find meaning even in suffering were more likely to survive emotionally, mentally, and often physically. Frankl argues that meaning can be found in three main ways: through work or achievement, through love or connection, and through the attitude one takes towards suffering. This outlook gives individuals the power to endure, adapt, and rise above their external circumstances. Instead of focusing on what life can give us, Frankl encourages us to ask, what does life expect from me? This shift in perspective transforms suffering into a form of growth and purpose. The book is divided into two main parts. The first recounts his experiences in the concentration camps, and the second lays out the key principles of logotherapy. The simplicity and clarity of his ideas make them accessible, yet their depth makes them enduring. Man's Search for Meaning has touched millions because it addresses a universal question: why are we here? It offers hope, purpose, and direction, especially for those going through difficult times. Frankl's message is timeless. Even when we cannot change our circumstances, we can still choose our attitude and find meaning. His insights serve as a powerful guide for anyone seeking to live a life filled with purpose, dignity, and hope. Let's explore the concepts of the book, breaking them down point by point and refining the explanation to ensure clarity and precision. Point 1. The importance of meaning in life. At the heart of Viktor Frankl's philosophy is the idea that the primary drive in human beings is not pleasure, as Freud believed, or power, as Adler suggested, but the pursuit of meaning. According to Frankl, humans are meaning-seeking creatures. When life has purpose, people can endure even the most difficult hardships. Conversely, when life feels meaningless, even the easiest conditions can feel unbearable. Frankl observed this deeply while he was imprisoned in Nazi concentration camps. He noticed that those who had something to live for, such as the hope of reuniting with loved ones or completing a significant task, were far more resilient. They were better able to maintain their dignity, even when stripped of everything else. He famously quoted Nietzsche, "He who has a why to live can bear almost any how." This statement became a guiding principle in his therapy and writing. Meaning, as Frankl describes it, is unique to each individual. What gives one person a sense of purpose may not hold the same weight for another. It's not a one-size-fits-all concept. Furthermore, meaning can change over time. A young person may find purpose in education or ambition, while an older person may find it in legacy or family. What matters is not what the meaning is, but that the person feels connected to it. Frankl also makes a distinction between happiness and meaning. While happiness is often pursued as a goal, it is not sustainable on its own. In fact, he suggests that true happiness often emerges as a byproduct of finding meaning. People become more fulfilled when they focus on something beyond themselves: a cause, a relationship, a passion, or even a challenge. He also warns against the existential vacuum, a condition in which people feel empty and directionless. This can lead to depression, addiction, aggression, and a loss of motivation. In modern society, where traditional sources of meaning, religion, community, family, are sometimes weakened, this vacuum becomes more common. Logotherapy, Frankl's therapeutic method, aims to help individuals fill this vacuum by discovering meaning in their unique life situations. Ultimately, Frankl's message is clear: life never ceases to have meaning, even in suffering or loss. The task is not to expect meaning to come to us, but to courageously seek it in our actions, relationships, and attitudes. Point 2. Finding meaning in suffering. One of the most profound lessons Viktor Frankl shares is the potential to find meaning even in suffering. As a concentration camp survivor, Frankl experienced unimaginable horrors, Yet he observed that those who were able to give meaning to their pain often endured more than those who couldn't. According to him, suffering in itself is not meaningful, but how we respond to suffering can create meaning. Frankl emphasized that suffering is an unavoidable part of life, something everyone encounters in some form, whether it be illness, loss, failure, or disappointment. Instead of denying or avoiding suffering, Frankl suggests that people should face it with courage and reflection. He asserts that when we can no longer change a situation, like an incurable disease or a tragic event, we are challenged to change ourselves. In that transformation lies the possibility of discovering meaning. This doesn't mean glorifying pain or suggesting that people should seek out suffering. Rather, Frankl's insight is that suffering, when unavoidable, provides a unique opportunity for growth. Through hardship, individuals can demonstrate strength, patience, resilience, and dignity, qualities that may not emerge in times of comfort. He shares moving stories from the concentration camps. Prisoners who chose to comfort others, share their last piece of bread, or hold on to memories of loved ones. These small acts of humanity, even in a place designed to strip people of their identity, showed that individuals still had the freedom to choose their attitude. That inner freedom to choose one's response is something Frankl believes no one can take away. Moreover, Frankl warns that without meaning, suffering can become destructive. It can lead to despair, apathy, or aggression. But when suffering is understood as part of a larger narrative or purpose, it can be endured and even transformed into strength. This principle became a cornerstone of Frankl's logotherapy, where he encouraged patients to find meaning in their pain rather than merely seeking to eliminate it. In essence, Frankl teaches that suffering does not rob life of meaning. Instead, it presents an opportunity to affirm meaning through our values, actions, and mindset. We may not choose what happens to us, but we can always choose how we respond, and in that response, we can find profound purpose. Point 3. The power of choice and inner freedom. Viktor Frankl's concept of inner freedom is one of the book's most empowering messages. Despite being imprisoned in a Nazi concentration camp, where every physical freedom was stripped away, Frankl discovered that there remained one freedom no one could take from him: the freedom to choose his attitude. This internal liberty, as Frankl calls it, is the ability to respond to life's circumstances with intention and purpose, even when external conditions are terrible. He observed that even in the camp, people made moral choices. Some chose to steal food, while others gave their last crumbs to those who were weaker. These decisions, Frankl argued, proved that we are not merely products of our environment or instincts. Human beings possess the unique capacity for self-determination. This insight is especially powerful because it gives back responsibility to the individual. We may not control what happens around us, but we always have control over how we interpret and respond to those events. Frankl writes that between stimulus and response, there is a space, and in that space lies our power to choose and grow. This is not to say that suffering or tragedy should be taken lightly. Frankl never downplays the pain he experienced or witnessed. But he encourages readers to remember that no matter how dark life gets, we always have a choice in how we meet it. That choice defines our humanity and our character. Frankl's idea aligns with his larger belief in meaning as the primary motivational force in human beings. Choosing to be kind, hopeful, or even just resilient gives us the power to shape our identity in any situation. It allows us to maintain dignity and find purpose even amid chaos. In practical terms, this means that in everyday life, when facing stress, setbacks, or pain, we can pause and ask, what kind of person do I want to be in this moment? This simple question shifts us from reactive to purposeful living. It is through these countless small choices that we build a life of meaning. Ultimately, Frankl's lesson is clear. Our greatest power lies not in our circumstances, but in our response to them. That response is the birthplace of meaning, and it is entirely within our control. Point 4. Suffering as a pathway to meaning. One of the most profound concepts in Viktor Frankl's philosophy is that suffering can be a gateway to discovering deeper meaning in life. Unlike traditional psychology, which often seeks to eliminate suffering or view it as something purely negative, Frankl proposes that when suffering is unavoidable, it can be transformed into a meaningful experience. During his time in concentration camps, Frankl observed that prisoners who found a purpose behind their pain, whether it was a loved one waiting for them, unfinished work, or a belief in a higher cause, were more mentally resilient and had a better chance of surviving. He notes that those who have a why to live can bear almost any how, a powerful idea borrowed from Nietzsche, but given new life through Frankl's first-hand experience. Importantly, Frankl is careful to say that not all suffering is necessary, and if it can be removed, it should be. But when suffering is inescapable, such as terminal illness, loss, or trauma, the key is not to fall into despair, but to search for meaning within it. This could involve asking questions like, what can I learn from this? How can I grow stronger? How can I help others through what I've experienced? Frankl distinguishes between meaningless suffering and meaningful suffering. The former crushes the spirit, while the latter can elevate the soul. In the camps, he found people who, despite unbearable conditions, carried themselves with dignity, encouraged others, and found beauty even in tiny things: a sunset, a shared piece of bread, a kind word. These moments reveal that the human spirit, when it connects to something greater than itself, can endure incredible hardship. This approach to suffering is not about glorifying pain, but reclaiming power from it. When people are able to assign personal meaning to their suffering, they stop being victims of fate and become authors of their own story. In everyday life, this philosophy reminds us that we are not defined by what happens to us, but by how we respond to it. Whether it's grief, rejection, or failure, Frankl teaches that if we bravely face our suffering and seek meaning within it, we can transform pain into purpose. Point 5. Freedom of choice and inner attitude. One of Viktor Frankl's most liberating teachings is that between stimulus and response, there is a space, and in that space lies our power to choose our response. Even in the harshest conditions of a Nazi concentration camp, where external freedoms were completely stripped away, Frankl discovered that inner freedom still existed. This idea forms the core of his belief in the power of personal agency. Frankl observed that while people couldn't control what happened to them, they could control how they reacted. This meant that even in the face of unimaginable suffering, one could still choose to be kind, to retain dignity, or to offer hope to others. That choice, though small, held immense meaning. He calls this ability to choose one's attitude in any situation the last of the human freedoms. This teaching offers a powerful antidote to feelings of helplessness. In today's world, many people feel like victims of their circumstances: work stress, broken relationships, financial struggles. Frankl's philosophy reminds us that we are not passive objects shaped only by environment and genetics, but active beings capable of determining our own inner lives. Our mindset, beliefs, and actions are within our control, even when everything else is not. Frankl also emphasized responsibility as a natural counterpart to freedom. He believed that true freedom isn't about doing whatever we want, it's about using our inner freedom to make meaningful, value-based choices. That's why he suggested that alongside the Statue of Liberty on the east coast of the US, there should be a Statue of Responsibility on the west coast to symbolize that, with freedom comes the duty to live meaningfully and ethically. This perspective is empowering because it shifts focus from blaming external conditions to strengthening internal character. It invites us to develop resilience, patience, compassion, and integrity, regardless of what life throws at us. By exercising our freedom to choose our attitude, we shape our identity and grow stronger in spirit. In essence, Frankl's idea of freedom teaches us that we are never completely powerless. Even when we can't control what happens, we can always choose who we want to be in response, and in that choice lies our strength and our hope. Point 6. The role of responsibility in finding meaning. Viktor Frankl emphasized that responsibility is essential to discovering and living a meaningful life. He believed that meaning is not something we passively receive, but something we actively create through our choices, values, and actions. Unlike pleasure or success, which are often pursued for personal gain, meaning requires us to step beyond ourselves and take responsibility for how we live and contribute to the world. Frankl's view contrasts with modern attitudes that often prioritize personal happiness above all else. He warned against what he called the existential vacuum, a sense of inner emptiness or boredom that arises when life lacks purpose. This vacuum, he observed, was growing in modern society because people were losing touch with their sense of moral responsibility and direction. Without a sense of duty or purpose, people can become vulnerable to depression, addiction, and aggression. In the concentration camps, Frankl saw firsthand how those who survived often did so because they had a purpose outside of themselves, a loved one to live for, a task unfinished, or a vision of helping others. Even in that setting of extreme suffering, the act of taking responsibility gave life meaning. This wasn't about grand achievements. Sometimes it meant simply deciding to help a fellow prisoner or keeping one's moral dignity in the face of cruelty. Frankl argued that we must live as though we are being questioned by life, and it is our responsibility to answer with our actions. This idea turns the question around, not what do I expect from life, but what does life expect from me? That shift encourages people to live more thoughtfully, to care for others, and to align their actions with deeper values like love, justice, and truth. He also believed that each person's meaning is unique and must be discovered by them through responsible living. It cannot be handed down or copied from someone else. By embracing our duties, whether as a parent, friend, worker, or citizen, we shape a life that is full of significance. In summary, Frankl teaches that responsibility is the pathway to meaning. It connects us to our values, guides us in difficult times, and reminds us that life's deepest fulfillment comes not from avoiding hardship, but from rising to meet it with courage and purpose. Point 7. Suffering as a path to growth and meaning. One of the most profound teachings in Viktor Frankl's philosophy is that suffering, when unavoidable, can be a gateway to discovering deeper meaning and personal growth. This does not mean that suffering is good in itself or should be sought after. Rather, when it is part of life and cannot be avoided, it becomes an opportunity to develop inner strength, compassion, and purpose. Frankl, as a Holocaust survivor, did not speak about suffering from a place of theory. He lived through one of history's greatest atrocities. What he observed in the concentration camps was that people who found meaning in their suffering were more likely to survive emotionally, mentally, and sometimes even physically. They were able to endure pain and loss because they believed that their suffering had value, or that they had something to live for beyond the suffering. Frankl believed that our attitude towards suffering determines its impact on us. If we view suffering as meaningless, it can crush us. But if we see it as part of a greater mission, or as a test of our character, it can elevate us. He wrote, if there is meaning in life at all, then there must be meaning in suffering. That meaning doesn't come from the suffering itself, but from the way we respond to it. For example, a person suffering from a serious illness can still find meaning by inspiring others through their courage, or by deepening their appreciation for life's simple joys. A parent grieving the loss of a child may find purpose in helping other grieving families. The key is that suffering must be faced with honesty and dignity, not ignored or numbed. Frankl was clear that suffering is not necessary to find meaning, but when it is present, it provides a unique opportunity for inner transformation. It challenges us to dig deeper, to re-evaluate what truly matters, and to develop resilience and empathy. Ultimately, Frankl's approach invites us to stop asking why me, and instead ask, what can I learn or offer through this pain? It shifts suffering from being a purely negative experience to one that can shape a more meaningful and human life. Point 8. The defined power of the human spirit. Viktor Frankl introduces a powerful concept, the defined power of the human spirit, our ability to maintain dignity, purpose, and inner freedom even in the most horrific circumstances. In the Nazi concentration camps, everything was stripped away from prisoners: freedom, family, health, and often hope. Yet Frankl observed that some individuals were able to rise above their suffering by choosing their attitude and holding on to their values. This defiance, he argued, represents the ultimate assertion of human freedom. According to Frankl, between stimulus and response, there is a space, and in that space lies our power to choose. No matter what is happening externally, we always retain the freedom to choose how we will respond. This choice may seem small, but it holds enormous power. It's the foundation of human resilience and integrity. A person can be tortured or degraded, but if they maintain their inner self-respect and moral choice, they preserve their humanity. Frankl tells stories of fellow inmates who, even while starving, would offer others their last piece of bread. These acts of compassion and courage highlighted the human capacity to remain moral and loving even in a world of cruelty. This ability to act with decency, to hold on to meaning, and to preserve self-determination is what he calls the defiant power of the human spirit. This idea is not limited to extreme situations. In everyday life, we encounter pain, frustration, injustice, or loss. Frankl teaches us that no matter how bad circumstances are, we always have a choice in how to respond. We can choose bitterness, or we can choose hope. We can be consumed by anger, or we can practice forgiveness. This is not always easy, but it is possible, and it is deeply human. By recognizing this inner strength, we reclaim our agency in a world that often feels chaotic or unfair. Frankl's message reminds us that we are not passive victims of fate. We are active participants in shaping the meaning of our lives through our responses. In essence, the defiant power of the human spirit is about the courage to say yes to life, even when life says no to us. Point 9. The search for meaning as the ultimate motivator. Viktor Frankl emphasizes that the search for meaning is the primary motivator in human life. Unlike Freud's concept of pleasure or Adler's notion of power as central drives, Frankl argues that humans are fundamentally motivated by the need to find meaning in their existence. Whether in the context of suffering, success, or daily life, humans constantly seek to understand the significance of their experiences and the purpose behind them. In the concentration camps, Frankl observed that those who were able to find meaning in their suffering were far more likely to survive than those who could not. Meaning, he suggests, is a psychological need that sustains us even in the face of overwhelming adversity. It's not just about happiness or pleasure, it's about the sense that our lives matter, that there is something greater we are living for. Frankl identifies several ways through which people can find meaning, even in the most difficult circumstances. One way is through suffering. If we can find meaning in suffering, it transforms it from something purposeless and painful into a meaningful part of our existence. Frankl speaks of those who are able to find meaning in their suffering by helping others, caring for loved ones, or by simply enduring with dignity. Another path to meaning is through love. Frankl suggests that the experience of love, even if it is unfulfilled or temporarily lost, offers an existential source of purpose. The love we feel for others connects us to something larger than ourselves and allows us to see the world through a compassionate lens. Finally, Frankl proposes that meaning can be found through creative and purposeful work. This could be a profession, a project, or a mission that drives us forward, giving our lives structure and focus. It's not the external rewards or recognition we seek, but the intrinsic value and satisfaction of the work itself. In essence, the search for meaning, according to Frankl, is not about seeking comfort, wealth, or status. It is about finding a sense of purpose, even and especially when life seems difficult or uncertain. Meaning, when discovered, allows us to transcend our circumstances and confront life's challenges with hope and determination. Point 10. Transcending suffering through meaning. In the final point of man's search for meaning, Viktor Frankl discusses how we can transcend suffering by finding meaning in it. According to Frankl, suffering is an inevitable part of life, but it does not need to be something that diminishes us. Instead, suffering can become a platform for personal growth and the discovery of deeper meaning. This is where Frankl introduces the concept of tragic optimism, which is the ability to maintain hope and find meaning despite suffering, guilt, and death. Frankl argues that suffering is unavoidable, but the way we approach and interpret that suffering defines our psychological and spiritual well-being. He draws on his own experience in concentration camps, observing that those who were able to accept their suffering with a sense of purpose, or who found meaning in their suffering, were often more resilient. This is because they had an existential reason to endure. Their suffering became something meaningful in the context of their lives, whether it was through love, a sense of responsibility, or a future goal. Moreover, Frankl suggests that attitude towards suffering can profoundly shape our experience. Rather than focusing on the pain itself, Frankl emphasizes the importance of asking, "Why am I suffering?" rather than simply lamenting the fact of suffering. If we can view our suffering as an opportunity for growth, as a test of our character, or as something that will contribute to a larger purpose, it becomes much more bearable. Frankl also discusses the power of choice in responding to suffering. While we cannot always control our external circumstances, we can always choose how to react. The human ability to find meaning and purpose in any situation is what allows us to transcend suffering. This is what Frankl refers to as the last of the human freedoms, the ability to choose one's attitude in any given set of circumstances. In conclusion, Frankl's ultimate message is that we are not defined by our suffering, but by how we choose to find meaning within it. Suffering, when approached with meaning, can lead to greater strength, wisdom, and resilience. By maintaining a hopeful perspective, even in the face of profound adversity, we can rise above the pain and transform our lives into something meaningful, despite the hardship. Conclusion: Viktor Frankl's Man's Search for Meaning is not just a chronicle of survival, but a profound philosophical exploration into the human quest for meaning in life, particularly during the most painful and trying circumstances. Through his first-hand experiences in Nazi concentration camps and his background in psychology, Frankl offers invaluable insights into how humans can survive, even thrive through suffering when they find meaning in it. His philosophy, known as logotherapy, is built around the idea that life's primary drive is not pleasure, as Freud suggested, or power, as Adler proposed, but the search for meaning. Frankl's central message is that, while we cannot always control our circumstances, we always have the power to choose our response to them. This ability to choose one's attitude, even in the face of unimaginable suffering, is what separates humans from other beings. By focusing on a meaningful life purpose, whether through love, creativity, or a future goal, individuals can endure and even transcend their suffering. In the book, Frankl emphasizes the importance of finding purpose, stating that life is never devoid of meaning, even when external situations seem hopeless. Meaning can be found in everything from the simplest pleasures to the most painful experiences. Frankel's personal anecdotes illustrate how even in a concentration camp, where hope seemed lost, those who found meaning in their suffering were more likely to survive and maintain a sense of dignity. Moreover, Frankel introduces the concept of tragic optimism, urging readers to adopt a mindset where they accept life's inevitable suffering and yet still find reasons to be optimistic and grateful. This belief in the human spirit's capacity to transcend suffering through meaning is at the heart of Frankel's philosophy. In conclusion, man's search for meaning is a powerful call to live a life of purpose, even in the face of hardship. Frankel teaches us that while suffering may be unavoidable, we can find a way to navigate through it by holding on to meaning. His message transcends time and place, offering a universal tool for coping with life's challenges, giving readers a sense of hope and direction in a world that can sometimes seem filled with suffering.